classic music throughout the Indian country. Those of you that are online, thank you so much being part of our program on this July 10th of the year 2024. So a lot of good things. We're looking forward to our fall registration coming up here in August. So you can tap in dinécollege.edu. So we have a lot of great programs also we like to introduce as we go along. But this morning, my special guest and yours as well, a good friend of ours, and throughout Indian country and beyond, very well known throughout the life of traditional, the culture, the language, and he is a graduate from Diné College, and he's a very bright person. So I'd like to get an official introduction by Travis Teller. He is the student mental health program here on the campus of Diné College. Yate Bene.
Oh, Yate, good morning.
Let's see. Try that again.
Yate.
Let's try that again.
Yate.
Let's see. Xavier, can you help me? For some reason, his side is not coming on. Let's try that again. Good morning, Travis.
Good morning. Yate.
Oh, Yate, but let's get an official introduction from you, Travis. Sorry about the technical difficulties.
Okay. My name is Travis Teller. Ado Kinyaa'áanii Tó'áheedlíinii Bachelor Tsaile dashe. Ado bilgana idashanale. Le Tsaile kehisht ido ado unda iya. Tsaile do shad asu dahat itin tats dahtazit sisita. Are oholiet shejin. A kwaike kehuit. Shejin biya ado unda iya. Shejin tro. Klishtrahit I. Ado unda iya. Iltsi hellon ado shashbetro kel an tronilchon ado unda iya atratez ado unda iya ye da je ad kedahonit. So my name is Travis Teller. I'm originally from Black Rock, Arizona, and my clans are of the Towering House people born for the water flowing together. My maternal grandparents are of the Big Water people, and my paternal grandparents are of the Irish people.
And that makes you who you are. That was a fantastic introduction. The Navajo language really speaks for itself, making it colorful. Juno bahuinne, what ahazin ya?
Oh,
What
yeah.
jogato, arukot neyado, arushito ni cheni masane, ni nalata de kato e be ahazin. Eko disjin e be nit.
Oh.
Eko juno be hinzi. Aruhu the Diné College, juga shlatino ba shlatnache. Ilwat naso ni lot the she lwat kada ko jape ni ka ko e nan tinigi e I see ni hitlin lero kwagi nan nish aje chin bit nan nishi e khait I bit hitlin nan nish to
Je kwagi ya e konstol dit anan lishashid no ako ya nha chin lenigi no selen lenigi zil cage ke adoshi to amato jet and lenigi to a masaneto change da altra. Diné College da altra. So hayu je konta altra kom. Je aslato quaike bilan nestole. Shito need ko quaike ya Diné College Student Mental Health Wellness Program. Waliego. Je kot ya kon atsiran leniki je ato nda ya quaike hashit da hach nahot uda ida bike kanjara da yinil chena da hegi edo da hadit da ya ha ishin nahon tlago ado hansa kes da yin tlago tsese kyahota nda ya han da yin uda jokot abike kanjara benna do hazo jil hosta benna do hazo jiyan benna do hazo jol khao ado nda ya benna da bike kanjara adla do ya heki je chajol je khodo khansa kes do khaan yin tin ko ta be ke kan jaga je kwa ke akha a ye a la to je ya a je ya thi to a do un ta ya a ha de a ta ta ya je kha je na ho ti ki je be de o thi to un ta ya a le ze in je ta ko ta a jin ta ni shi ta a ha de a ta je a de be chung ho to ni to a de ko ta ya Coche ya an hisos je in khalchen no selzel ke mado je amasan chede dan lin kwa do thaigita je la to baka o wol a khadit a je la o yu de nen yeda iltha belgana keche a je counselor therapist da liedo ado unda psychologist dan lo je kut a baka do jaki kwa ke be baka do woligi je kodo Diné College do je kodo be bitching hodon nito ado alla do je referral process so yehegi je ukata ba ado nito khajo un jano a de bisint on nish ado unta maybe through the IHS le azil inji tala andal nish la Department of Behavior Health Services Division of Behavior Health Services je ajin dal nishi to get them in contact with the right people, to get them in contact with the right person that could help them. Jo kut abe baka do wali je kwa kishin nan insin a tlato be baka do wal a do unda a de nek echigi ilto tlatn khalchen dan lin no selitz ke a do masan do a chede dan lenigi a mato je dan leni je de nek echiko ilto akharit adan hikha do wal tibil kana kesesa walepe a ede nahalo je ben hichiyat hito ado bil kana kese ze del ton hitel ni da aten ako aten nek echla tani zin hat khaliki edan khati hinne to tlel edo ta in khat o lil ilto ukut aba hojo pa ini zin ako eda zilla nlbahazin je kudat any referral process kut ya kwashinan insin khadit ada bakati ja khadit ada bakati lwal akut ya we are the Diné College Student Mental Health Wellness Program. We are a prevention based that will provide mental health education, stress management workshops, mindful sessions, peer support groups, outreach programs, and educational and supportive initiatives to promote an overall mental wellness among our students.
Thank you,
That's what my
Travis.
job is.
Njone ba huin la tsani nkhelhot adi exchange do elchene no sele aje ba khya do big the neat do actually need la up in the house do da adi exchange ko ben sick case lagi ultra na jo tlaho bitlas an what ha bzilo ultra gi do hojo bi slada.
Oh, I see. Oh, the Ohodat Eda. I go late kindergarten, do late eighth grade. I just hagi. Saaten, ako do okut bitin has ada ako ado sa iya to high school, late ninth grade or 12th grade. I just hagi do yego okut be bichi yet hit the do okut be nabat and tienda. Ado unda counseling programs. They're limited. Ako they don't have the resources. Ako aro unda college university da heki edo yo da hota hol ta eki ko a kwa eki de qat ako bil khahotelne.
Njone, he had very strong feedback and information in the Diné language. Those of you who are listening, can learn from this and get more information on our student mental health program. And Travis, we want deep into, our students are first here on the campus of Diné College and starting at a young age. You mentioned how the background, where they're coming from, and in today's life, there's a lot of suicide that we hear about. And so we wonder how that comes about. And in your words, what have you learned from that?
With my experience through mental health, I've been a part of mental health for about over 16 to 17 years. And I worked with Hayol Kato, one adolescent treatment center out in Chinle. And I made a few years there, about 5 years. And then also working with Mini Farms Community School as a traditional counselor. And then also, trying to develop a curriculum here also with the college once before in the past. Then I started working with Tótsohnii Medical Center too as well as a traditional healer counselor. So within those times and experience, I have encountered so many different, uh, um, uh, I guess you could say, different programs, and then also learning from mental health experts and their take on suicide. And it's a real sensitive subject. And when it comes to talking about it from a traditional perspective, it's a very sensitive topic to our hatratlis and to our Diné leaders, and their take on it, and just learning from them. And they say that ayoba haskit, meaning that it's very sensitive and it's very sacred. And then they would talk about it like from a traditional perspective, stories that relate to the time when the first deities, divinities encountered suicide, and the feelings, the emotions that came with it. And they relate to these stories, traditional stories. Ayoba dahanne hodlonde.
Mm-hmm.
They would really talk about those, and when they would talk about it, it would shed light on, what it is, and what causes it. So talking about it, it's very sensitive. And then they talked about it to where it was almost like they would say it nahni. Just for an example, COVID-19 nahni. It goes from one person to another person to another person to another person. And they say that the spirit of suicide is almost in that sense, nahni. So even just being among it, or being around it, or being exposed to it, it can even jump on you. So they would be really careful with it. Ayobahastki, they would say
Mm-hmm.
that. So they would utilize ceremonial paraphernalias, they would utilize ceremonial items, and they would utilize ceremonial songs, prayers to protect themselves as they encounter the suicide. So they have a process they go through, and there's civil processes. They call it khatkhal. There's ceremonial processes that they go through in order to bring a person back in balance and harmony from being affected from suicide. So there's a process to it. You don't go and approach suicide in that manner, because so in that matter, talking about suicide, it's a very sacred and a very sensitive topic when it comes to traditional values, culture, customs, and teachings.
Right. E bahanegi she no selto khane to which yati to jinira to what nene anni bahane jo hunale what she da jahat ho ta khliya le naso ha jo hats da dansen dis jinj slatina khaye ek at be nit
Oh,
ko en hilnle ko ya chedo nelgi she khit edo de ka dis jinj die chine ben se ho kesgi.
yeah, in Hitanechiko, from our traditional perspective and traditional teachings from a cultural perspective, the Nek Echiko, there's stories that relate to all these different mental disorders that they talk about in Western therapy and Western culture. Ako, just some examples of some of those mental disorders: anxiety, depression, bipolar disorder, post traumatic stress disorder, schizophrenic or schizophrenia, also eating disorders. Ta anita akot in hit there are ceremonies le khatal biyij khanne dahallon. There's stories ado nta itzotizin dahallon ado iyas seniki lo iya bich nta ta bich sen dat eki akot bedetol niliki adon ta bich tol niliki akot the ne paint pensa kesta paint paan iki subconscious mind paan leniki ye energy memory ako z khashit abe paint idole ako pensa kesta akot khashit abe paint idole ado unta ikot be bichi yaltki iki subconscious mind kode bichi yaltki na ben kinigi da khashit ane de lo ile ado unta ikot be memory gi to je ikot ado inne de lo ile to ye enal nita ile ado iya ishi ye paint na so tsese kya ye paint in kwata nes kwata ni shije de ni ido ta sa chanle da khashit na sto le bichi yin ile ako digi khalet ala ile beto nila ako belagana kache ahashit aje they have their own process, they have their own therapeutic interventions, and when they utilize those therapeutic interventions they have their medication as well ako so many people they utilize and they go to these professionals and they utilize a lot of the therapeutic interventions and then also the medication. Ako working with Tsaile Medical Center, I got to see a lot of that, and a lot of the psychologists, the therapists, and then also a lot of the counselors when they would utilize a lot of these methods, they would utilize a lot of these Western, methodology and then Western interventions. When it doesn't work, when an individual keeps coming back and coming back and and then they would look to us as traditional practitioners and they would say, let's try your hatkhal, let's try your intervention because it seems like the medicine that we're giving is not helping. The therapy that we're giving is not helping. Let's try your own traditional interventions. We relate it back to traditional cultural interventions. Aleti nalgedo ado iya achantsadizendo ado nda iya aha ishi khatkhal there's so many different processes. So once they get that, it seems like it's very effective. Even just sharing a story about maybe depression from a cultural perspective. Din hizadigi I seen no eko. Be yajil kyo ado be adle engine tinota. When you express through traditional language, it begins to have an impact on an individual's life. Ako ben sa kesi na yo shon. O bebechi ya just kiinde sharing a story and then also talking about maybe a certain mental disorder. This is where it happened. Ado ti the hot in jenepejeno. Ado ya akonizi. Sho ya anil tanizi. Although it brings a sense of identity, it restructures, them mentally, emotionally, like holistically, physically, It brings them back in tune with this earthly life. Ko the neck etchiko bebich yati or the neck etchin and tiniki ben up at in tinut ande ye do eheta natle ben sakesigi do eheta natle hadalt enatle. It comes back into balance. So through traditional healing, there's a lot of wonderful things that can actually happen too as well. And then my grandfather, he always used to say, our traditional values, our traditional customs, our traditional teaching, it's true, and once you believe in it, it works. Ako itehne ansakes ajay ats istahya hot nayotli shin that's bahateno jokot the nebedolnil. That's what he used to say.
Shindo Tótsohnii. But that heat nazla. Ako in Jino Bahad Nagi, Ani Hatal, Aro, the Zail Inigo, be aunt, and John hit Nilbazen, he dato, the not aunt of Hanegi in Jino Bay, and Jino Anigo Bahadne. Ako Diné College, old Tragi, Hitna and Nishigi, had the Ero, Era, the Hutabazil, old Tra, Nishishi, Elsa, took Jino Bay Hensi. Ako chin bakato. Ako lashi ari da is agishin to ari ata batji. Hanedo in so case ani onashon to e benit and naso ko juno by yen ti anigo. Shada adan shliat eto and juno so case naso to kodo hanet besh hanet beach. The yen the no juno bahadne anigo to hot edo to na kin ben so hos keso junia. Okay, thank you so much, Travis, being in studio, and those of you that are viewing on streaming, social media, which is huge, and it's never really been done, but it's great information because we're already receiving some feedback, and it's a healing for our people. Now we're coming down to our students that are coming in that need help, and it's a blessing we have you here on campus to guide us into the future. And that's where the student mental health wellness program is coming about. If you can share that.
Yes, and it's available to all the students that are here at Diné College, and it's very beneficial for all our students. And a lot of the things that we're going to be working on throughout the fall semester is providing workshops, outreach and prevention. So a lot of our workshops that we're going to be doing are going to be a lot of Diné education and then also Western education. And one that I'm focusing on is human development, growth and development, from prenatal stage all the way to old age. Ako from a Diné perspective, jaile iltsa, ado itatin se tonahast indizi, ado away ichi. Ado away ichito amado le hiki. Ado unta kodo ado je zo hayu je nantin betati. There's a lot of traditional stories from preconception to birth, and from birth, becoming parents for the first time. And then from there, the stages of of growth and development, from bringing the child home from maybe the hospital. They call it Tó'áheedlíinii, and they do a certain process with the child, and then they sing certain songs with the child, the soft part of the head facing towards the fire, and in the cradle board. And then from there, the stages of changes of the child, from a wedge when the child first laughs, and then from when the child begins to teeth, all these different stages, learning about that, and I think it's a very beneficial thing to learn about those things, because you're not going to stay that young. One day you're going to have a child. One day you're going to become a parent. So through those stages of your life, to understand the value, the custom, the tradition, and the stories of growth and development, it's going to really be beneficial for you. And to identify yourself, because in order to know where you're going in life, you got to know where you come from. You got to know the traditional values and stories of where you come from. That empowers you. That empowers you. That's what we're going to be doing in the fall semester. A lot of outreach, a lot of prevention, a lot of Western perspectives, a lot of traditional teachings too as well. And when we get to the stages of change to Kinyaa'áanii, we're going to have maybe demonstrations. We're going to have storytelling. And then we're also going to have storytelling of the male puberty ceremony. Or they call it and then they also call it Bijizye. Around that stage, there's different things that take place. There's different stories, procedures that take place with the male puberty ceremony. To also have that available and to go through a lot of those teachings, because during around that time, you talk about, growth and development of an adolescent. And then also through the puberty stage, that's when you start talking about the birds and the bees. There's discipline that come with it. There's a lot of discipline to where you learn about how to be a male, how to be a female, roles and responsibilities. There's so much discipline. They're gonna put handcuffs on you, then you're gonna be put behind bars. If you can't control your feelings, your emotions, around that time, that stage, if you cannot control your hormones, that's when you get in trouble. So a lot of the discipline comes in around that time. So we're going to have a lot of demonstration, a lot of presentations, a lot of stories that we're going to be sharing in the fall time.
All right, and Jonah, joga shin kohol just aro shin chene hanachi to le la atla na te zero bahad na angel the age the neck echido abalagana eche Western prevention ko shin ebe ahazan naso dinan tinjino bahad ne to hiat to le. Very informative, great information. A lot of you who are bilingual, the Navajo language, it means more meaningful. And the way you explained it just told it this nicely into the future. So there are a lot of students that are viewing, parents, grandparents, that we're providing the great information that you have for us come the fall session 2024. So anyone out there want to get information, if you can share with us where we can find you on campus, or just give us a highlight of how we can have that continued into the future of our partnership here for our people.
Okay, we're located at the Student Success Center, room 112. And then you can reach me at 928-724-6854. That's my phone number. And then my email is at travis.teller@Diné College edu. And again, we're located at Student Success Center, room number 112.
Thank you, Travis, and being here on campus. Great to have you back. You are a graduate, and that the role you played it was something very successful, and you have grown on to where you're at today. And I think you see yourself of where you're going, the direction that brought you back here. This is your homeland here in Tsaile, and that's what I think we're known for. And the last name Teller, it's well known within the Chinle, and then it comes up this area. And so being well known again. If you have any questions for Travis, you can contact him here on the campus of Diné College at 928-724-6854, or just sending an email at travis.teller at
Diné College edu.
At dinecollege.edu. So thank you. And I think we'll do this again soon before students come into the classroom, and then you can give us a feedback of some of the things that we are experiencing on campus, on and off, and other tribal university will probably, because we don't have this on other tribal colleges, having the student mental health program. And I think the knowledge that you share and the experience sets the stage for us at a higher level of our mission statement of the culture, the language, tradition of going back more than 50 years. So thank you for that. And, it's going to be a good day. And we're looking forward to more good things to happen.
All right. Thank you very much, Ellie, for having me. I enjoyed my time here. And then also I'm really excited to be back here at Diné College. I really missed a lot of the people that I used to work with here, and it's really good to see them again, and a lot of new faces too. And I've seen a lot of changes, good changes too. And it's wonderful to be back.
Right. This all for the students here on the campus of Diné College, and having a great leadership with Dr. Russell and all our vice president, people that are involved on different areas on the campus, and the radio station being informative. Today's life technology was running ahead of us. Now we're trying to catch back up again of a lot of good things, because social media, we get to share this throughout worldwide of what's going on, and stories we get to share with our people as well. So thank you for being a part of our production here on KXWR Diné College Radio, along with our marketing graphic department, and teaming up with Travis on their student success. And we'll keep this up each and every day, and let everybody know where we're standing at. Tó'áheedlíinii.
Thank you.
Very good, folks. So Travis Taylor, the student mental health program, and I'd like to thank him for coming in studio, and those of you that viewed as well. So have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.